Courtney and I are still stuck adrift out in the ocean. This is the Wrong Turn podcast. Hey, Courtney, how's it going?
Good. It's going good. Still lost out at sea.
We're still lost out at sea. We're doing...
Taking wrong turns in the ocean.
We might do a third or a fourth Lost at Sea movie, but this is our second one right now. And today we are doing the 2009 Triangle, a Australian-British production. I know I dig this film, but Courtney, this was Courtney's first watch, and Courtney not thrilled by it. That's okay.
That's okay. Yeah. It was produced by the UK Film Council, though, and I did mention to you earlier, I used to work for them.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
When I lived in the UK, I was part of their marketing, but this was before my time because this came out in 2009, and I wasn't over there until after that. But yeah, I guess, I mean, we're going to get into it, but I have my thoughts.
This is, so we're straight, already we're straying away from the theme, because I think we were doing ghost ships all of a sudden, or I guess we were just doing ships, but this is more of a psychological slasher.
However, you're kind of introduced to it being a possible ghost ship.
Yeah. And there's so many ghost reference, or there's so many, I guess, callbacks to The Shining, which I didn't realize until this watch. But as we do, we are going to have it be playing in the background on mute. We have the Icon Productions logo going on right now.
Which you informed me is Mel Gibson's?
Yeah, it's founded by Mel Gibson. In 1989. So they've also put out Apocalypto and Braveheart and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, here we go. UK Film Council, which I had no idea.
So the point of the UK Film Council is they award directors, producers, anyone kind of in the film industry money from the national lottery. So it's public money. So this movie got funded by that. The director is Christopher Smith. He did a previous one before this that I enjoy more, but we're not going to get into that right now.
So we have Melissa George, Michael Dorman, Rachel Kapari, Henry Nixon, and Emma Lung, and a Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. Which one? It's Liam.
We have a budget of $12 million and a box office of 1.3, essentially a flop, but it was never released in the U.S.
It was not, exactly. I looked that up. It never had a U.S. release.
And I am offended, Courtney, because they want to call this Miami.
I know. I knew you were going to be so fucking mad.
They called this Florida.
I knew you were going to be so mad.
It was like, and I'm like, they're really trying to, I mean, all right, granted,
I've never been to Miami, but I'll take your word for it.
They are like, it's in the background all of a sudden, like they have all these Florida signs. And the boat has, life preservers that say Miami on it. And I'm
that's the only kind of like little.
And for a second,
it looks not like Florida at all.
Actually, it's pretty close. like once they get to the bay, it has
I guess there's some palm trees.
There's some palm trees and some like condos that kind of like, I guess condos look the same everywhere when they're right by the water. And we got a couple of glimpses of our main character, Melissa George, played by Jess, who's a single mom.
And her son is autistic.
With a special needs child. And we're getting glimpses of her. Her life's a little bit of a struggle right now.
Someone rings the doorbell.
Oh, look, we got our first Shining reference right there.
Yep. With that scene of her, yeah.
Yeah, we have the house 237.
Mm-hmm. That's a very easy reference to make in any kind of horror movie. You see a lot of them do that.
Yeah.
Because room 237.
Yeah. Which is funny because like those are blue stickers on a yellow house. And I'm like, interesting choice. What were you going to say?
No, great shot.
Great shot. Actually,
it's shot beautifully, but it's a good watch. It just, for me, it just kind of felt a little flat. That's all.
For not being released theatrically, like a lot of critics actually really do enjoy the movie. But I could sort of see like where it sort of lags a little bit. It's a good little independent feature. It's a good little movie to watch like at home with some friends. And again, we only have these glimpses of, you know, our main character, Jess, just sort of like trying to put her life together. We see that she's got to be by the harbor by 6:30 because she's going on a boat with Greg. Her son is being a little bit of a handful.
She's frustrated.
See, and then we cut to a seagull right over here, over the water. CG seagull.
Very obviously
because he's following we're following the seagull. Goodbye, please return to the Sunshine State. Okay, so does that mean she's leaving Florida?
It would be, you'd think.
So then that means she'd be like up the coast. It wouldn't be Miami. It would be like Jacksonville.
I was gonna say you're going to Georgia.
Yeah, you're going to Georgia. Yeah.
Are there? I know they filmed this in Australia.
Yeah, Queensland.
Are there pine trees in Florida? Is that a dumb question?
When you get that high up north, yeah.
There are. Yeah, because you're going into Georgia.
Fun fact.
But again, it wouldn't be you don't have it in Miami, though, do you?
We actually do have one in my front yard.
Oh, okay.
Because my neighbor went to Georgia, brought one back, planted it in my front yard, and I have a 30-foot fucking pine tree in front of my mom's house that could fall at any moment. Like, it's...
Okay, that's funny. That's a little funny.
We have one pine tree and it's in my front yard.
I just am going off them at the dock. There's just a ton of pine trees in the background.
I didn't notice that at all.
And it just made me think that they were on a lake in the Midwest.
You gotta keep bringing it back. I know you're just like, everything's in the woods. Everything's in Wisconsin. Everything's in Vermont.
I grew up there.
I didn't even notice that at all.
I was just, you're trying to tell me you're in Florida. That's all. Or Miami. Miami and Florida are two different things.
By the end of this movie, I was trying to like find anything that like resembled Australia, or just be like, what could I pick to just
I've never been to Australia, so I can't.
Yeah, that's fair. I was looking for anything not Miami.
Yeah, well, you said you're from Miami, so I would expect you to be like, no. Like, that's not right.
I mean, I guess they did a pretty good job of like hiding everything.
But also, them being in Miami is not like a main thing.
Oh, no, I got one for you.
Okay.
They put their license plates in the front of their car in this movie.
Oh, you guys don't have them?
No, only on the back.
Yeah.
You only need to put them on the back. That's fun fact for you guys. Okay, so we get to Jess walking up to the pier where we're introduced with all of our characters. Let's see here.
We have Sally. We have
Heather, Dixon, Victor, played by Liam Hemsworth, and Greg, played by Michael Dorman. Excuse me. I actually like he's in this show called Patriot on Amazon, where he's like a CIA assassin that wants to be like a folk singer. It's so fucking bizarre. He's like suffers from depression, and he plays with the guys from Sons of Anarchy, Booth something, I can't remember.
I haven't seen it, but... And
it's such a weird little show because all he wants to do is be like in a Simon and Garfunkel band. But he's a killer with depression. It's kind of like a little bit like Barry.
Okay.
Yeah. Before Barry.
Yeah. Oh, we got Liam.
Baby Liam Hemsworth.
He's a baby.
Yeah. 2009.
And he is supposed to be 18 in this movie, which I don't buy, but it's fine. They're off on sale. And they do tell us where her son is, right? Because
at this, we do find out right now because Victor's a little suspicious. Jess is a little bit frazzled. She kind of doesn't know what's going on. Getting glimpses. She's sleeping right now, so she's getting a lot of these weird little highlights, little visions, little cutscenes. And Victor asked him, hey, where's your kid? And she's like, oh, he's at school. But it's Saturday. And then Greg tells her that he's a special needs child and has autism and that he has school on Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah. We find out later not to be the case.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just because, like I said, I had watched it and then I had it on earlier. Where just like in the background was kind of paying attention.
But this is a Miami thing, going out on a boat and partying.
Yeah.
Have I ever done that? No, but
it's that you, according to movies, that's what you do in Miami.
According to TikTok and Instagram,
that's also what you do in Miami.
What you do in Miami, you rent out a boat.
Now, the only people that I know from Miami are you and me. Yeah. And you guys are like, we don't do that.
No, we don't do that. We don't go out in the sun.
We go in the sun? What do you mean?
Oh, no.
So they're doing a very Miami thing. Partying on a boat, but they're not really partying.
No, they're just kind of taking, like, it's almost like they're having a picnic out
yeah,
on the boat.
they just got some champagne. It's fine.
Found out that Victor is staying with Greg because Greg needed a place to stay. You know?
Yes, so he takes in, Greg takes in Victor, and then we also find out that, is it Heather is trying to get Greg and Sally together?
No. It's
Jess. Sorry.
So Greg is lifetime friends with Dixon and Sally. Sally brought along Heather to fix up with Greg, but Greg's just like, I told you not to bring any more women on my boat. I'm fine, just living on a boat with Victor.
There's our answer right there.
Yeah, but you find out that Greg's sort of hidden on Jess. We find out
then the other girl's mad.
No, she's not.
That one girl.
Heather. No, Heather's not mad about it.
No, Heather's not mad about it, but her friend.
Her friend, Sally. Sally's trying to be the matchmaker.
Yes, Sally's like upset about it.
Yeah. He's just like, well, how could you not like my friend? You know?
Isn't she hot? It's coming up shortly, but just like, it's kind of hate. She's really hating on Jess.
Yeah.
The other girl.
Because you can't be good enough for my friend, you know? How dare you? And they do look like a, you know, kind of like, I guess, rich. I guess we could sort of infer that Greg, Sally, and Dixon are pretty rich.
Yes.
So, you know, Greg's got a boat, and Sally and Dixon wearing white. So I'm assuming that's rich people attire.
Yeah. Only rich people wear white. Please,
all white.
All white.
Yeah.
I have white shirts and they
do not look like
it's always a hassle to clean.
Well, the rich people only wear white shirts once.
Yes, and then they toss it. Meanwhile, I'm like over here just be like, gotta get my OxyClean out.
Oh, we're gonna scrub
Make sure these whites are premium white.
100%. And I get it. I get why this movie falls, you know, a little short, but it's become a little bit more, much like Ghost Ship. It's become a little bit like of a cult classic.
Yes. And I will say, when it comes to the UK Film Council and where they award their money, not mad that this guy got money. Like I've seen a lot of the UK Film Council's films, and a lot of them that don't even see much screen time at all.
Really?
So this is completely well done and a very good use of money, I think.
Would it have been better if they tried to make it Australian? Like if they were, because these are, from what I gather, like these are all Australian actors. Would it have been better
if they were English actors?
Or no, if they just would have used their accents?
Maybe. I guess it doesn't really matter.
There's only one part where Liam Hemsworth is saying a word, and I'm like, oh, you're struggling with that word right there.
What were you trying to say, Liam?
It's school.
School.
So yeah, this is where they're sort of having a moment, Greg and Jess. He's letting her drive the boat. He's trying to flirt with her a little bit and be like, I didn't show up to the diner that day where you work out because I was hungry.
Yeah.
I
came to see you.
Yeah, I came to see you. Yeah, that's fine.
It's cute.
Yeah, because look, we're getting a little bit of the backstory right here. You know, we're not being explained anything. But
no, we're not. Acting is great by all of them. I would say I didn't mind any of their acting.
Yeah,
I think it's all
except for Liam.
He's not really in it that
not
much.
That much. Victor the Cabin Boy. That's what he's called.
Victor the Cabin Boy. Beautiful. There's just not a whole lot happening.
Yeah, especially for what we got.
Yeah.
We are 13 minutes in. We spent like 4 minutes kind of getting a little bit of Jess's backstory told in fragments.
Again, like with the kid. Where is your kid? Because but now the storm is coming.
13 minutes in, we got no wind all of a sudden.
Yeah.
We are dead in the water, which they're not really dead in the water because Greg tells them they got a motor, so they're fine.
Yeah.
Because, Jess is rightly so worried how we're going to get home.
Do most sailboats have? No, this is a nice sailboat, so that's why they got an engine.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about boats.
Yeah, man, we're not the crowd for that. Yeah. We're not our strong point.
See, this is so now they're seeing a incoming storm, which is probably why the
all staying
winds
still.
died down. What?
When they're all standing still.
All standing still.
Yeah, nobody's
watching
moving.
it come in.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe they could, do something. But this is where I was like, okay, I got the feeling of yes, we're gonna get a ghost ship. Like I did not look like I didn't look. I went into this completely blind, being like, we watched Ghost Ship, and I was like, okay, what's this gonna be about? Like triangle. I thought there was a ghost ship in that storm, which there kind of is.
Yeah, I guess that would have, and I guess that would have been cool if the ship showed up with the in the storm. The ship comes in after the storm. We also find out that the ship is called Triangle.
Yes.
Hey, that's the title of the movie.
Yes.
Is it a reference to the Bermuda Triangle? We're not told.
I wanted it to be. I still wanted them to be like lost in Bermuda Triangle with a ghost ship.
I think it is. I just think we're never told.
Well, I guess that's the idea you get when you go into any movie that is called Triangle and it's about an ocean.
Yeah.
I grew up thinking the Bermuda Triangle was going to be a bigger deal than it is. Like, I thought I was going to be running into it.
All the time?
All the time.
Anytime you leave a cruise from Florida, you'd be like, Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, you guys. Like, if I was swimming off the coast of Florida, like where my cousins lived, I was like, oh my God, it better not go too far.
Yeah, I think the Bermuda Triangle just kind of like died along the side of the highway. Like, over the years, was just like, it's never come up again.
I was genuinely terrified of it as a kid.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, if I go swimming in Florida, I'm going to get lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
I think it's one of those urban legends that just kind of like, people were like, no, people go through it all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, they're like, no, it's cool. Like, there was a couple ships that crashed. Oops.
Yeah.
And like a couple planes. Do planes go down?
I think it was like some planes go down. All right, so we're in the storm. We're in this shit all of a sudden. Everybody's got life jackets on, and it looks great.
It's cool. Yeah. No, it's fantastically shot. The waves, the water, how they did all this looks great.
Did you have some? You had a little bit of strange knowledge for us. You had a couple of snippets of real history, of ship history.
Yeah, so there was a really cool one that I did look up with all this ghost ship talk going on.
We're going to go into a new segment, Courtney's Facts.
It was just on Wikipedia as I was looking up all the ghost ships that have existed. Because, like I said, I am into wanting to make some ghost ship movies. I think there needs to be more of them. However, Edgar did bring up a good point that it's expensive. It's expensive to make movies
you need
in general.
Water and a boat.
You need water and a boat. And if you don't want it to look shitty,
both are not cheap.
Both are not cheap. But this scene is great. Like the storm, they did a really good job.
Actually, yeah, it's probably one of the best as far as effects sequences in this movie. Because some of the other ones do not look great.
Oh no, but it looks nice.
And we've lost Heather
out
swooshed.
Off the ship.
Yeah, swooshed out. Could she say she was saved? Maybe she was saved. Maybe another boat found her.
But one of the cool ghost ship facts was, I guess in 2013, there was a old Soviet cruise ship that they were just scrapping, and they were bringing it to the Caribbean to scrap for metal. Much like what goes down in Ghost Ship. And the cable ended up snapping, and they ended up losing that ship. And then they ended up not even going to retrieve it because apparently it was infested with cannibal rats, allegedly.
How did they know it was infested with cannibal rats?
I don't know. It could have been just sort of like a fun rumor made it. 2013 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, actually,
so social media and all that stuff existed. So who knows if it wasn't just a cultivated, like, fun rumor that was going on, but they never went and got it. So it's still out there.
So it's not like one of those things where like, nope, once we try to pull in a boat, if it doesn't want to be pulled in, like it wants to be out on the water, let's just...
Yeah, they're like cable snapped, let it go.
And I know there's like a lot of like weird little myths like that. Like
there was tons. Like it happened. Cable snapping and boats being lost happens a lot, apparently.
So it's funny though, because all right, so everybody, the boat's capsized, it's turned over, the yacht. Everybody pulls back onto the yacht. I can easily tell that they're just kind of like floating in the water, but the boat is actually not moving.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Everything else is moving in the shots, but the boat.
There's a fan, so their hair's blowing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, just especially in the scenes before, they are not. And this, I noticed this go around. They're not too distraught about Heather dying.
Heather, yeah. They're not also distraught kind of in general.
Yeah.
I would be a little bit more like, what the fuck are we going to do when someone's dead?
Yeah, somebody's dead. Like, my friend is dead.
My friend's dead. Like, we lost a person.
Yeah. I would be losing my fucking...
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
I'd be so scared.
And then here we have it.
Go ship.
Go ship.
What I thought was go ship.
Go ship?
Question mark. Question mark.
Yeah. You can see that the boat's not moving at all.
But nothing's moving. They're on a green screen.
They're on a green screen. The camera's moving.
That's okay, though.
It's bad.
Here comes triangle.
Yeah, here comes the Aeolus.
Yes.
An ocean liner.
Which they do mention it here briefly. Aeolus was the father of
Sisyphus. This is a horrible shot. When they're doing an exterior shot from the Aeolus down.
Oh no.
This is barely as good as game graphics get.
Barely.
So Aeolus is the father, what is it?
Greek mythology. It's Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. Keeper of the four winds. Father of Sisyphus.
And Sisyphus is famously known for being cursed to push up a boulder up a hill, but never making it to the top.
Yeah. Which also we get explained that, and we're not told that, which I also, it's kind of my like a little bit of a peeve.
Yeah.
I would have loved to just see like a mural of Sisyphus on inside the ocean liner.
Yeah.
That would have been great. And they explain all this stuff over again and over again. I'm like,
I had to go and look up Greek mythology because I was like, what? Like I had to like double check it.
I mean, I don't know why it has to be Aeolus.
Yeah.
Like, I guess because of the wind and the storm.
But I guess, a little bit of foreshadowing in that, the curse to push up a boulder and then it just comes back down and it's an endless loop.
Yeah. Foreshadowing, which is that but like I said, I don't need to be told that.
Yes, I agree. It would have been cooler. Yeah. Like you said. To
have been shown.
Yes.
You could have, or what? I mean, I guess maybe paintings are expensive to do, whatever, but they spend a lot. I figure they spend some of this money on the effects and the sets.
They do the first, sorry. Yes. As you were saying, they do the first reasonable thing where they go, maybe Heather's on this boat. Yeah, right?
That's fair.
I probably would have come, but like, perhaps.
Yeah.
She could have also gone on there. Because this ship isn't creepy.
No, it's a very clean looking ship.
It's a very clean ship. There's Miami. Look, we get another
we get
reference to Miami.
And then we get an outside view of the yacht just waiting in the water in the background as they leave. So they're on the ocean liner now. They're on the Aeolus. The boat just passes right by them and they're just able to just
hop on. So this boat's fucking moving.
Yeah.
It's going. Engine's working.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're able to just hop on, which you don't, it's big too. I don't know how they got on.
Well, it's like there's like a bunch of stairs that leave like a little landing and they're just able to just hop on, which I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm not coordinated. I would have been in the ocean eaten by a shark.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to have been really, really lucky to, or you have to have been really, really well coordinated to just like hop on. It also just passed right by you. Mm-hmm. Did you say, but it just stepped on?
You want to talk about more Shining references?
Oh, right here.
Right here. The corridors, the rooms.
You get it a little bit more later because right now you can sort of see the end of hallways. But right here, where you start seeing like the endless hallways of all the rooms, like total Shining reference.
Yes, which is cool. I love it. Looks great.
And I wouldn't have even like picked up on it if they hadn't also alluded to room 237, which I'm like, oh, okay. So this is just a creepy hotel room. But The Shining was a haunted movie. This isn't a haunted movie. This isn't a ghost movie, which we're going to come to find out.
Which I think that's why maybe I was a little let down by it. Because I don't think it's not that great, but it's very watchable.
Yeah.
Very watchable. I guess I wanted a ghost ship.
And all right, so Jess is on the ghost ship. She's kind of like having a little bit of deja vu. Mm-hmm. She's also just kind of really frazzled. Greg doesn't know it's because they almost just died. Oh, here's the scene where they talk about Aeolus, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a bunch of
Greek god. Yeah, they literally just hand it to us, like we just talked about. Like, this is that. I like how she does this. Yeah, I studied it in art school, but I just can't remember right now.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, yeah, let's fucking overlook this fucking thing and just keep moving. Yeah, like, let's move the plot along.
This could actually be really important. Sally, like, or whatever your name is.
And I do like it how just... So as they're walking around, they're finding nobody. The ship is completely empty, but they are finding like these little traces of there's just somebody around the corner.
People use like, they're finding traces of someone was here.
Yeah. Victor, the cabin boy, finds some keys. Turns out to be Jess's keys.
Yes, and you do see those keys in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, you do.
I missed that part.
When she's in her house with her son, you see her grab those keys.
Well, she explains it. She
over-explains it.
These are my keys.
But that's what I mean.
There's a picture of my son on these keys.
She's so stupid. That's what I don't like about it. Because he did what you wanted us to. He showed us in the beginning. I guess you missed it. Those exact keys. Yeah. He did it for us. I was like, yes, those are her keys. And then she goes, well, look, here's my son. And here's my locket with my son. Like,
well, I mean, I do. And then Sally's like, oh, maybe Heather had him.
There. See, but that's also a little bit reasonable.
Yeah.
Being like, maybe Heather's here.
Yeah.
Like.
So, all right. So I'll give them, maybe that's why they might not be distraught right now, because they're hoping that
Heather's alive and on the boat. Mm-hmm. They're holding on to a little bit of hope.
And what do we have? We have another ballroom.
Okay. Did I miss something? Because why is there just like some fresh ass food?
All right. So we kind of find out, well, that's why they think this is like an active ocean liner. They think it's like an active cruise. So it says, what does it say? It says like
11, what was it?
I think it says.
He says, isn't it 11:30 something?
But the clock says something like 7:20 or something like that, which is the same time Jess has on her watch. But Jess doesn't say anything because Jess is a little confused.
Just like,
oh, there's a dryer finishing. All right, so guys, we apologize again. DIY project.
The neighbor was doing her laundry, and we can hear it sometimes.
All right, so Victor sees somebody, and he goes chasing after them. He's impetuous. He's young. You know, he's trying to figure out what's going on.
He's healthy.
Sprite. He looks like a cabin boy.
He does.
Not wearing any shoes.
He's very Australian of him. Not wearing. Put some shoes on, Liam.
I mean, I guess you work on a boat, right?
Yeah.
Also, Sally's been a real bitch to Jess.
Yeah, she really is.
Yeah.
But this whole time, for no reason, other than that Greg likes her.
I mean, I get it. There's nobody on this ship. It's mysterious. Everything's on. The boat's running. There's food.
I guess I was kind of thinking like, oh yeah, again, back to the spooky thing. Like, there's food on this ship. Like, why is there this fresh food? Like, what's going on? Are they being tricked? Which I guess they kind of are.
A little bit. Jess is getting some bad feelings. She's getting some bad juju vibes.
Again, with her in the deja vu. Like, I've been here before.
Yeah. They see a room open at the end of the hall. I think this is where I first picked up the hallway stuff, because after this, every hallway looks miles long. Mm-hmm. And then here we get another 237 reference. Yep.
I do like that you picked up on that, because I noticed it on this door, but I didn't notice it on her house.
No, that was the first time I picked it up. Yeah. And maybe some of that wallpaper sort of looks like it.
Yeah.
But
Because when they do it on the door, it's so obvious, and it's like it's a boat, but it looks like a hotel.
Yeah. So they walk into this room. Greg walks over to the bathroom.
Oh, I don't like this.
And then he finds in blood.
Go to theater.
Go to theater. Yeah, I don't even think. My mind just put it all of a sudden together to go to the theater. And like,
you need the word the.
Yeah.
Go to the theater. Go to theater.
Go to theater.
What is it? No. What's the funny The Simpsons, The Shining? No beer, no TV, make Homer go something, something.
Yeah. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. The Simpsons, Treehouse of Horror, The Shining is fantastic.
Oh, the shinning? We don't want to get sued.
Sorry, the shin? Don't want to get sued. Don't practice your shin, boy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of slow. It does pick up.
It does. It certainly does.
See, but like right here, where Jess is trying to convince Greg that, there's something going on here. But if you look in the background, look how far that goes.
It's so long. Like,
it's like
hauntingly, like I remember watching this and being like, ooh, I like that. That's cool.
And that looks pretty good. I know it's CG, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Or it's maybe like a matte painting or just like a...
Have you ever looked into... You're looking into a mirror and there's a mirror behind you?
Oh, like an infinite...
Yeah. Like it's...
Infinite reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Greg he overstepped right here. He's trying to tell Jess to relax. You're being hysterical, woman.
It's rough to tell anyone to relax.
Yeah.
It's not, use a different choice of words if you're
try not acting that way.
Are you okay?
So he told her to, well, also if you see, granted, they did see the words "go to theater" in blood on us, and then Greg's like, "Let's go to the theater," and Jess is like, "It's in blood."
Hello. I do like that.
I don't think I ever picked up on
maybe we should go check out this theater. And she's like, do we want to?
And then we cut back to Sally and Downing, and they find their own trail of blood.
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey.
And they're going into the theater, but they didn't know they were supposed to go there.
They didn't know they were supposed to go there.
Yeah.
We have a mural.
See, it's the mural, yes. And it would have, yeah. I like your take on that.
It's a mural of the Four Wind, or the mural of Aeolus pushing...
Which is the God of Wind.
God of Wind, which is... He's supposed to push... Or he's supposed to send Odysseus off when he tries to go on his journey, and I think he pushes him away or some shit like it. Or gets Odysseus lost. Hence why Odysseus is fucking just constantly out to fucking ocean or some bullshit.
Yeah. Some of that Greek bullshit. There's so much. It's hard to remember.
Which is another reference altogether. Like being lost at sea, that would have been enough.
Yes. But I do like her coming back and the food's all rotted.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So now we're getting...
So this is the point in the movie where I was like, oh, I kind of got the hint of there being a weird time thing.
Oh, okay. Because that could have been a haunting thing too.
I know, but I think with her in the clock and then like, what time is it? And her being so like, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
But this is also coming off of, I mentioned you before, Hypercube.
Part of the reason we did this because we were watching Hypercube and we saw some weird time stuff in part 2, and we were like, oh, well, there's some, I guess, spoiler alert, weird time stuff in Triangle.
Yeah.
Liam Hemsworth. All right, so
Jess and Victor, Liam Hemsworth's character, were fighting. He was attacking her, and she like digs out the back of his head.
She's trying to just fight for her life. She sees that there's a squishy thing on the back of his head. She presses it, and apparently he just kind of put her finger in his brain.
Yeah, and he dies.
He was bleeding all over the place. Yeah. And then we hear a gunshot. Jess runs over to the theater where we were told, well, Jess didn't want to go to the first place. And she finds Greg dead on the floor with Sally and Downing.
And then Sally's going, you shot him, telling Jess, like, you shot him. How dare you come back here? You fucking shot him.
I guess All right, I'll save this one for later, though.
Okay.
I don't know why I had to look away. I don't know why it's like.
Yeah. Don't tell me to look away.
No, like why?
Yeah.
I don't know why Greg like the actor's like looking. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a weird shot. Like the face is looking away from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like.
So they think, Jess did it, and then Sally gets fucking
shots fired.
Then, Downey gets just so now they're like, who's got the gun? And now we see the character who is on a lot of the posters, not just so. There's the poster of that's very Ghost Ship like. You have the ship that looks like the Ghost Ship poster,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have other posters from this movie that have the character with the burlap sack on, and then you also just have like there was like 4 different posters. For
Yeah,
this
there's
movie.
a bunch of posters.
There's a lot of different posters.
There's one where it's Jess, and in the blood reflection is the killer. So here we have our. What'd you call it? Baghead? What'd you call it?
A burlap sack.
Burlap sack. So our killer's wearing a burlap sack and a work jumpsuit, much like Michael Myers, much like this is actually a straight ripoff off of the killer in The Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Oh.
Yeah. It looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
It is a burlap sack with a bunch with eye holes cut out.
I have burlap sacks at work, like endless amounts of them. So
Can we?
We can. I'll take some.
Yeah.
Oops, I didn't say that.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll buy them. I'll purchase them.
You'll purchase them, quote unquote, and we will use them for Halloween.
We can.
Nice. Jess is fighting for her life. Not really, but she's just running for her life. She's looking for a weapon. Burlap sack dude is after her with a shotgun, which also, like, if you're a killer, not the most original. Yeah. Creative. The whole go to the theater thing was a trap, obviously, which Jess was she knew she correctly was just like, yeah.
She's like, why are we going to the theater? Because there's a message in blood told us to. No, thank you.
And then it becomes a chase scene, and we have our.
So this is when it starts to really amp it up.
Yeah,
with
quote
everything.
unquote final girl. Is Jess our final girl?
Is Jess the final girl?
Sort of.
Because yes.
Because so she was in the kitchen. She's got a knife. She's looking for the lifeboats, and then but like I said, it's showing you stuff. Right? Like you're reading the signs. Here are the lifeboats.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I'm not going to harp on it anymore, but they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got to fight. She just got hit over the head with
the burlap.
Shotgun. Yeah. Burlap shotgun killer dude has got her cornered sort of, hesitates.
Mm-hmm.
And a tussle ensues. See, I wouldn't have known what would have happened. Because knowing what we know now, what would have happened if she would have killed her?
Exactly.
That would have been
would it have restarted the loop?
Yeah.
But how?
Oh, well, spoiler.
Sorry, we're all just sitting here thinking.
Yeah, we're just we're about to find out. We're about to find out that like this is a loop that Jess is caught up. She fights off burlap sack dude, the killer. She throws them off the boat. She kind of does a 1-2 skip a few. She thinks she psychs out the killer. She runs to the front of the boat. They have a little bit of I won't call it a sword fight, but an axe and stick fight. She throws the killer off the boat, and then in about 2 seconds, she's going to see her and the rest of the crew get back on the boat.
Yes. Sees them approaching the ship and like on the sailboat, right? Or is that the second time that happened?
No, this is the first time.
Okay.
Well, all we get right now is the killer telling her that she has to kill everybody.
Yes. You have to kill them all. You have to kill them all because that will end.
That will restart the loop so she can get off the boat.
Get off the boat. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think this is why I got just like a little bit kind of lost. I was.
Well, I guess that's not explained to you till you don't really see that till the end of the second loop, where everybody dies again and then everybody gets on the boat again for the third time. she has a little bit of a moment here
Mm-hmm.
where she's kind of collecting their thoughts. She feels like she's safe. She's getting a little bit of vitamin D from the sun.
Yeah. She's like, I did it. I killed that person very easily.
It was a fight. She was swinging that axe. She's swinging the axe.
It happened very quickly.
She'd do a little bit of a push, you know? Like she's
got heels on, you guys.
Oh my God. She's got heels on the entire fucking movie. And like, all right, is that exhausting?
Oh yeah. Broken ankles if that were me.
She is running in these. She's fighting in these. Like,
to be fair, they're wedges, so they're a little bit more supportive.
I'm like, is that comfortable at all on a Saturday where you're trying to have some fun?
I'm not a heel person though.
When you're going to the beach,
like there are some women that just die by it, wear heels only.
I mean, I think it's an odd choice, but like she was wearing a different outfit before, but then it had stained with something, so then she had to change quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it was. All right. I do like the little nod right now because she walks over to this room and there's a record just playing on a loop. So we're getting a little bit more of what's going on here. And I don't know if this was CG'd or not, or if it's like, if there was two people there or if it was really a mirror reflection, but now everything's reversed.
Mm-hmm.
The camera shot goes through the mirror and then instead of them coming on the left side of the boat, now they're on the right side of the boat.
You know what? Thank you for pointing that out to me because I didn't catch that.
And I hate this fucking shot. The shot of them
this tiny, on the boat or that.
Yeah, the shot of them on the Aeolus looking down on the overturned yacht and you see the whole entire group.
It's so silly.
It is such bad. Like
it's not great.
It's not great. Granted, like I said, movies are hard to make.
It's not hating. Not hating,
but it's not the best looking shot.
It looked like Sims.
It looked like Sims.
It did look like Sims.
It
like they're waving their arms like.
It looked like TV. It looked like really, really like a little bad. And then everything here is getting kind of shot twice because now this is our second go around.
Yeah.
She is now on the boat watching everybody get on the boat, which I love. I love a good time.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that because you do realize that she was then seeing herself the first time around when they first entered the boat. Remember, they were like, there's someone up there.
100%, and that was her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now she's freaking out. She's losing her fucking mind.
Yeah, as you would.
Oh, 100%. I would fucking start to unravel.
Totally valid. Her losing her mind.
And what's the first thing you would think of? Am I fucking dead?
Yeah. What the fuck's happening?
What the fuck is going on? I do like how she doesn't automatically just run up to everybody and be like, get off the fucking boat.
True. Because is she remembering, like, I have to kill them all? Or
not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
No. She doesn't. She's just right now.
Right now, she's just kind of losing it. She's like, I have no idea what to think.
Yeah, Melissa George does play that really good, scared.
Does. She's great. Okay, she is great. Her acting, well done.
And not to downplay her at all, but going back to our Wrong Turn reference, 2002 movie, I keep thinking she's Eliza Dushku.
Really?
I think she's like a doppelganger for her. I
think she's just like
a blonde version.
Dushku? Okay.
You know?
I feel like at least in Wrong Turn is much more, and even other movies she's been in, like really holds this like badass female lead.
Oh yeah, I just think they look alike.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's
it. I guess I could see where you're coming from. Yeah, so she's full on panicking because she's like, "Oh my god." And then she realizes that she dropped her own keys.
She dropped her keys, and this is where
Then Victor from before goes and finds those keys, comes back, and just like, these are my keys. And now it's just, loop.
And then looping. The cinematography also starts to reflect that.
The corridors, like you mentioned.
Well, hallways. That Jess is losing her mind. Like, it's got like weird kind of like fishbowl eye views. Everything's getting rushed. They're doing a little bit of frantic shots because she is kind of fucking losing it, which I didn't pick up on the second go around when I was watching this movie, but I get it. As you watch the movie and everything's revealed to you, like you do lose a little bit of that reveal on the second go around, and you can sort of pick it apart the more times you rewatch.
Yes. Yes. Agreed. It gets... I think it's a movie that probably gets a little bit better more times you see it.
A little bit. But like, I think on the second rewatch and knowing everything I know now, I'm like, oh, I could see where this isn't great. And this is, like I said, here we got more shots where she's kind of losing her fucking mind. For some reason, she goes back to room 237. She sees the go-to theater sign.
Yeah, she goes back to it just to check on it.
But she essentially all she's doing is she's just following around.
Yeah, she's just going back to what she is already familiar with because she is kind of losing it. So goes back to see the sign. Is it still there? And then goes to the theater to see. But then, the other Jess is now seeing current Jess, Jess 1, Jess 2.
She sees her in the peripheral and she's just like, I just saw somebody. And this is where Victor goes chasing after her.
Exactly, which we...
and here what we find out is what happened to Victor. When we see Downing in the water, which we don't know how he got there.
Exactly. You're just kind of like, okay, wait a second. How did Downing get there? Getting eaten by those CGI seagulls.
Yeah. The seagulls don't look bad.
No, the seagulls look fine. No, the seagulls look fine, but I just was for a second, I was like, would seagulls do that? But maybe they would.
But the seagulls
are pretty gnarly.
Like the seagull in the beginning that you're following, I thought that was fine. And then I was like, wait a minute, how would you do that shot?
I was like, oh my God, did they hire that cool seagull?
Did they hire that famous seagull?
Famous seagull. And then just followed it.
Launchpad McQuack from Rescuers Down Under?
Yeah, it was him.
Oh man, because I'm like, wait, you can't do that.
You're like, that's cool. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is, yes, we see what happens to Victor when then Victor attacks her later.
Victor finds Jess, and he's just like, how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah.
She tries to explain everything. And Victor, with, being a normal human being, is just like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like,
weren't you just in the other room? And why the fuck are you out here?
And mind you, he's got weird vibes from her the entire day. So
he's never liked her. So this is not helping.
Well, I mean, not to say he wouldn't like it, but like if you're being weird all day.
Yeah.
And I don't know where she got an apple from.
Yep. Fair.
She threw it out.
Maybe she put it in her pocket.
You never see her do that. That's actually kind of weird.
That is really funny. You're like, let me throw this apple. Excuse me, Victor, can you go back in there and grab an apple for me?
Yeah.
I want to show you that there was a body.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see why he wouldn't believe anything he said.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Like, he's just like, okay.
But he's not even a dick. And that's the other thing.
He's not. He's just like, okay, let's talk to you later.
There is no kind of reason why, like, these characters aren't really committing any horror movie sins that kind of bring about their downfall. They're not trespassing. They're not committing any blatant sex, drug use.
Exactly. There's nothing where you'd think that they need it, like in a traditional horror movie where you'd be like, oh yeah, they're going to get it because, they did this and also Victor's doing anything as a normal person or character. Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. He's just
like, what do you mean you kind of losing it? There's two of us now.
Yeah. And then Jess is trying to say there's two of her and she just saw everybody die.
Yeah. And then she accidentally, I guess, shoves Victor on, like, he honestly should have been dead on impact.
Yeah, it wasn't a coat rack, but it was kind of like a metal hook that sticks out to hang rope or a life preserver. And he just, like, right through the back of his skull, which we saw earlier, and we were wondering, well, what happened to Victor in that scene? That's why he has a hole in the back of his skull. And the blood sprout.
But technically that was Victor 2.
This is Victor 2.
Yeah.
Just one Victor 2.
Just one Victor 2. Yeah, see, that's why I think I kept getting lost. I was like, which one are we on?
And then I guess Jess 1 is just outside or around the corner from Greg 2 and Jess 2. And she hears the whole conversation that's going on. And she's still just kind of losing her fucking mind. I guess this kind of ups the tension that she's sort of dealing with.
Yes, the psychological thriller that this movie is.
Yeah,
it's not a ghost ship. It is a psychological mind.
I guess this is like the bridge or like the janitor's workshop or whatever. She finds a bunch of notes on the floor.
If they board, kill them all. Which, like her other version, or the burlap person.
The burlap person told her to say.
Told her.
And it's all the same note written over and over again.
Yeah.
She writes it on a notepad, and it turns out it's her handwriting.
Oops.
So we're getting these clues that essentially, like, she's done this a bunch of times.
Which I do like, and I do enjoy.
That's the best.
Yes,
that's one of the best parts of the movie.
Such a cool thing that you are giving those little things to put your pieces together. It's fun.
But also, like, do you need to kill everybody?
Exactly. That too. Do you?
but
do you?
Question.
Hey.
But do you need to kill everybody?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because it doesn't ever say that or you never really, if she did indeed kill everyone, does that save her from the loop, allowing her to leave?
Yeah. Also, like, what happens if she doesn't end up people where they're just there?
Yes.
Do they just die naturally, or do they, like...
Right. What happens to them? Do they just die
Do they just stay on the boat forever?
Or does the same death keep happening to them? Which that question comes up when we see all of the Sallys coming up.
Well, I do like how, like, she accidentally kills Victor.
Yes.
Like, I do appreciate if just, like, by the nature of just Jess existing, she's accidentally killing everybody.
That is cool. Because it's accidental.
Yeah, she didn't mean to do it.
Oh God, what movie am I thinking of? I can't think of the name right now. Where that kind of happens.
I guess this is what she's really dealing with right now. She's just accidentally killed Victor right now.
Like, almost like, like if you were to go back in time, like, don't touch anything because you'll fuck up the future.
Yeah. And here's another little tidbit. She's still in the engine room / maintenance workshop. I don't know what this room is really called. It has an armory. It has the work suits. What's it called? The jumpsuits. The
jumpsuits. But this is all such a cool... I do really appreciate this.
She's crying.
Her locket falling, and then her seeing there being a pile, not just a couple, a pile of lockets. See, that's like, I enjoy that because that's like, how many fucking times have you done this loop?
Exactly. And then that's when she realizes, like, oh, I got to get back home. She forgets it for later because she's been dealing with a lot of shit. It's been a busy afternoon. It's
very busy. No one gave us a time schedule. We don't know how long it's supposed to be. A storm happened.
The boat overturned. They lost Heather. They get on a boat. She killed all of her friends already. Well, all of her friends died already.
Yeah.
And then she finds them again. So it's been a hell of an afternoon.
There's a lot of death happening.
It's been a day.
Heather got off easy.
Or did Heather get saved, if you think about it?
Yeah, that too.
Like, did she just get whisked away in the storm?
She get whisked away in the storm.
And then survived?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
She could have.
That would have been cool.
We don't know, though.
She came up later.
It would have. It would have been a cool plot. Because I did think that we were going to see her again. And spoiler alert, you don't. No. And so she does find Victor. But this isn't Victor 2. It's Victor 1.
No, it's Victor 2.
It's still Victor 2?
Everybody's 2 except for Jess. Well,
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
She sees the...
I'm in a time loop.
She sees that there's dozens of lockets at the bottom of the air vent. She realizes she's got to get back home to Tommy. So she's like, fuck it. I got to kill everybody. She grabs a shotgun and a bunch of shotgun shells.
And then now we see the before and the third theater, excuse me.
Yeah, which all of a sudden she's kind of like... Now you're realizing that things are happening different this time around.
Yes.
She sees Jess too. She confronts her. And for a second, you think she's going to shoot her.
Yeah. Oh, man. Imagine you're Victor, though. I'd be confused. Like, what the fuck's happening?
Or do you think like you're just losing, like
you would...
Bad concussion.
Yeah.
Or like I'm losing...
Clearly, yeah.
I'm losing all the blood. Like I'm losing my fucking mind because I'm seeing shit.
You're not me. I'm me.
Yeah. Then again, like what would have happened if she would have killed herself? I mean, if you see a doppelganger of yourself and you're stuck in a weird time loop boat, are you going to trust anything you see? Or are you going to try to kill yourself?
I wouldn't jump to that, I don't think.
You wouldn't jump? Oh, okay. It's just me. All right. Never mind.
You're like, I would. I'd kill myself.
Yeah, it says something else about me.
Edgar?
Well, if you don't believe that that's you.
Right.
You know, like I would kind of lose my mind a little bit.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
Also, those stairs look like The Shining.
Oh yeah, right. They look like a mini version.
Of The Shining.
Mm-hmm. I thought of that too.
Yeah.
All right, but this Jess 1 is like, I'm gonna fucking save everybody. So she tells Victor 2, I'm gonna save everybody. You stay right here. She hears a gunshot, but she's like, I got the fucking gun. What the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
She runs over to Go To Theater.
To go to theater.
She goes to theater.
She goes to theater.
And then she realizes that Greg's already been shot. Sally's trying to confront her, be like, yo, you shot him? But she's like, I got the fucking gun right here. It couldn't have been me. And
then she's trying to save them from a burlap person.
All right. There is this that I picked up on this. Jess is a hell of a shot.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't miss.
Does not miss, which goes...
I'd never shot a gun in my life. I would not be helpful.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'd have like beginner's luck.
But that's like, it lays on that factor of how many times has Jess done this?
Exactly. Yeah,
so
I like that.
She's an amazing shot.
She's like, I've been shooting this gun all day.
Yeah. She's got Danny and Sally with her. They're a little bit mistrusting of her, but just like, I mean, as you would be, because guns are going off left and right. Greg said that Jess shot her, I think.
If anyone comes, you shoot him.
I don't know why she tells him to wait in the hallway, though.
Yeah.
This is a weird kind of plot hole. You could have just all gotten Victor. So she leaves Downing and Sally with the gun. She runs down to the ballroom to pick up Victor, and then all we get is a trail of blood. Mm-hmm. Because regardless if you're going to try to save Victor, Victor's not surviving.
No, that was too harsh of a injury.
And then we have a trail of blood leading to overboard.
But we're seeing all like of the suspicious things from the first time around.
Actually, yeah, I don't know what time around. Actually, I don't know what loop she was looking at right there.
With the blood on the side of the Victor's blood, assuming he went overboard or fell overboard.
Yeah.
After being maimed. Yeah,
we see that Downing and Sally are confronting another Jess.
So it's revealed that Jess is also the burlap person.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Which we kind of already told you.
We kind of let that one slip.
She looks badass.
She does.
She
also got like a little bit of shot that just now.
Yeah.
On the top of her head.
Blood streak down her face. You know, it looks pretty fucking cool. And I think this is Jess 3 or Jess 0.
I think it's Jess 0.
Yeah, this is before.
This is the Jess that's been like here all day.
This is the Jess they first saw when they got on the boat.
Exactly.
So the Jess 1.
So if we're doing Jess 0, Jess 1, Jess 2.
Yeah.
So Jess 1 is the first one that we've kind of were introduced to.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jess 0 is already on the boat and has been there all day doing this shit.
Exactly. And Jess boat is sort of leading Downing, and I don't know why she keeps going back to room 237. But
there's no point other than maybe just that reference.
Yeah.
And the fact that it says go to theater in that one.
And then or it's the only room that's open.
Possible as well.
Yeah.
That's so Jess 0, we're calling her, kills
fucking annihilates.
And it's cool. I like it.
She just like right here.
This is like, that's what I mean. Jess 0 has been here all fucking day.
Yeah, Jess 0 just like,
she has like, I have no time for this. You're dead. Takes out that slice.
She just starts. She becomes a very good serial killer. All of a sudden.
She does,
but she is donning the jump.
And she's just like, I'm sorry, I gotta get out of here. I love my kid. Where's my kid at? She
stabbed Sally in the stomach. She stabbed Downing like 13 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut back to Jess 1 catching up with Sally 2.
Yes.
I'm glad we're keeping track of this.
We got it now.
We're going to solve this cube.
We're going to solve it. With our combined brain power, we'll figure it out.
They do have a lot of like contrasting light, like the cinematography, like the shots look good, even though like we know it's a set.
Yeah.
And like the ballroom, the camera, the lights, it is all really, really well done. These parts do not look cheap.
No.
You know?
And I don't know if we've ever actually been on a ship like that.
No.
It is way tinier than that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
then they make it seem-
you get a little bit of that in this hallway right here.
No, but like you go on one and it's like
tiny.
Yeah. So they make it a lot bigger.
And we actually get a reference to the beginning of the movie. Sally makes it to the comms room or the radio room. She starts radioing for help because Sally doesn't realize she's stuck in a time loop yet.
None of them do. I think Jess is the only one.
Sally might figure it out in a second when we jump to the balcony. She's actually contacting Greg on the triangle right now.
Yes.
Meaning, is it all one big loop? Were they always destined to come onto this boat? Who knows?
What was the point of them ever going to the boat? I need to know. Why were these selected few chosen for the loop experiment?
I don't know, but Jess is in this comms room and it's a radioed light and she's got green eyes and it looks creepy as all hell. It's very creepy. I didn't pick up on that. That was cool.
Yeah. It didn't even look like her.
No, it didn't even look like her.
With that lighting.
But she's actually talking to Greg and she's saying something or other, which is kind of cool. In the time loop aspect of it all. She's following the trail. A lot of blood trail following in this movie.
So this is just one. We're still on.
Yes, just one.
This is still just one.
She's trying to save Sally.
Yes. Because just one is still a little bit like, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Jess 1 does not know what's going on.
Whereas Jess 0 is like badass.
Jess 0 has moved on.
Yeah.
And then
I love
this
it.
is the best scene in the movie.
All the dead Sallys.
The sea of dead Sallys among the seagulls.
Sea of dead Sallys among the seagulls. Oh, God. How could she not just be like, and she is. This actress is like killing it.
Yeah.
Just imagine seeing not when you say Sea of Dead Sallys, that's exactly what it is.
So like the locket down the air vent, how many times has Jess done this? We see dozens of Sallys on this balcony with seagulls eating them.
This is how many times Sally has died.
Yeah, and then like everything is discolored, so you don't know how long these bodies have been here. Each body's
been there for how long. Each one is like decomposed differently. It's like, it's cool.
And then when you take the exterior shot, you can see Sally superimposed over. It is really well done.
It is.
Yeah.
When this scene came up, I was generally like, "That's cool." Like I can really be like, "Okay,
that is
that."
great.
Like the lockets, like that. I was like, "Yeah, okay."
But I think this is the last time they do it.
Yeah.
I don't think they.
I believe it is. They don't
lay it on too thick.
I mean, the whole movie kind of does. Oh, and now.
So now we see Jess 0 fighting Sally 2. No, sorry, Jess.
No, that's Jess. Oh fuck, we're confused again.
Yeah, no, we got Jess 0 and Jess 2. It was a different fight that played out.
Yes, it was. Because Jess 0's fine.
No, Jess 0 just went overboard.
You're right.
See, we lost it. It's really weird how they cut that in between this scene.
Okay, because
Jess 1 is talking to Sally 2. She's trying to tell her we're gonna be fine. Sally 2 is freaking out. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Because she's seen her body everywhere.
Yeah, she's like, don't hurt me.
And then they cut to a scene. Then they cut Jess 1 looks overboard, sees Jess 2 fighting Jess 0, and then beats her over the head.
Thrown overboard.
Yeah, as opposed to what happened last time where Jess 1 fought another Jess.
Yeah. Tired. Yeah.
It's just.
Then Sally dies again.
Sally just bleeds
amongst
out.
her other dead bodies.
Looks great.
Seagulls. It's a cool scene. It's a cool shot.
Because they hide her face somewhere, but they really like.
Though they put in that CGI to make it.
And now we see Jess 2.
Is now seeing another.
Seeing our third group of guys
characters.
I hate that shot.
Sims.
I hate that shot.
Hello.
Sally dies, and now we're seeing Jess 2 see Jess 3 with everybody else gonna board the ship, and we're just realizing that this is gonna keep on going.
The endless loop.
But I guess you do find out what would have happened if Jess kills Jess.
Yeah, you answered your own question.
Yeah.
Is they just keep coming back.
It just keeps coming. It just keeps going. Because there's always another Jess.
So the fact that she kept writing herself notes that she's like, when they get to the boat, just kill them all.
Because it'll restart the loop. And if you survive that loop, you could sort of try to get out. Like
but you're never given an out.
Well, Jess one right here thinks that she could just jump on the boat as it passes, jump on the overturned yacht as it passes by. So if when the loop starts over again, she's hoping to get off.
Yes. Like when we said they hilariously got on the boat really quick, she's trying to get off of it.
Now she figured. Yeah. Now she figures what's happened.
Yes.
She sees the end of the loop, and then she sees it start all over again. So she's looking at the boat sail away, and she's just like, "Fuck! Stop the boat. Let me get off." And we see her go through all the stages.
All the stages.
We see her go through being distressed, scared. Now we see her being angry. We see her accepted and try to save everybody.
Yeah, it's true. Like, she just tried to take the hero way out in the beginning, being like, I'm going to save you all. I'm not doing what they're telling me. And then kind of realizing there's no choice.
Yeah. Because everybody's still dead.
And everyone just keeps dying anyway. Because of all the multiple loops they're stuck in.
Because if it's not her,
someone else will. Or another her will do it.
Yeah, because she doesn't realize there's two versions of herself already on that boat.
Yeah. Which is also just mind fucking. Like, it's mind blowing. Like,
all right, as far as the concept as far as the concept goes, it's great.
No, it is great, because this is the problem that we had with Hypercube, is that we were mad we weren't seeing, and now we get to. You're like, wow, cool. There's the multiple versions of themselves.
Yeah, now we're watching
running into each other.
Yeah. And it's interesting how, like, I guess you wouldn't really run into a room with your other selves telling your other selves that there's a bunch of other selves on the boat, you know?
Yeah.
And we're getting glimpses of all the other scenes from a different perspective, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Jess 1 is watching Jess 2 go through everything all over again with group 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't see this part before.
Yeah. So now we're getting a new perspective again, which is her, Jess seeing what happens to Victor after telling Victor she knows how to save him.
Yeah.
And Victor's probably just like beyond like confused.
Yeah. Jess 1 has figured it all out now.
Sure.
And she's got that walk of confidence. Back into
room. Why is she still trying to save people though?
Oh, well, I think she's just saying, I'm going to save you. But like in that serial killer mentality, I'm going to save everybody.
I'm going to save you.
Yeah.
And then you do see a Greg that wrote Jess in blood in the go-to theater mirror.
Because we do forget that the bodies actually stay on the boat.
They do.
And then Jess 1 is going around cleaning up everything so group 3 doesn't find it.
But now we find out who writes go-to theater.
But see, I think Jess 1's only going along with that because that's the plan. That's what she fell into, and that's the only thing she knows.
Yeah.
Because she could have played this, as you see in the second loop.
It all starts to come together.
Wow, this is getting really confusing all of a sudden.
It is. There's so many Jesses, so many loops.
But this is why you figure out that there's no bodies in there, because there's always a Jess to go around clean it up so everybody falls into the trap again.
But the trap's not working.
Well, the trap... no, because everybody does die. And the loop restarts.
But she doesn't get out.
Well, you sort of see her get off the boat.
Yes.
I also didn't show this movie to Ming because I knew Ming wouldn't like it.
No, I've seen it before.
What?
The lady has a big forehead.
Oh, that's why she's got bangs.
That's why she's got bangs. Sorry, I'm also still trying to figure out. I'm like, okay.
I was trying to say this visual metaphor right here, where for like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Over the head.
But then she gets her burlap suit ready to go, or the jumpsuit she finds from the crew. And then her burlap.
Also, I'm like,
Mask.
really, really easily, like she cuts holes into that thing, just like.
Oh, that's not easy, but she did it very easily.
So now we're seeing. We're still with Jess 1. She is leveled up to serial killer mode. She's got her jumpsuit. She's got a burlap sack. I'm telling you, it's a straight ripoff from the town that dreaded sundown. Mm-hmm. Like on that cover.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the exact outfit.
Which, if we go back to our original remake, there's an original remake for that one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we should do that.
So she's ready. She's ready. She's going to the theater. She's back on the balcony where she's laying the trap down. Mm-hmm. It's all ready to go. Also, this is like the longest day ever. The sun
it's
never.
Just a loop.
The sun never sets. Mm-mm. Which they started out on the boat at 6:30 p.m. They had maybe 2 hours of sunlight.
Yeah, they were going out during sunset.
Unless it was 6:30 a.m. It would have been dark.
Would it have been in summer? Are we allowed to leave at summer?
Ming, you're up in the morning. 6:30.
In the morning.
There's sun.
In summer,
I'm never up
at 6:30 in the morning. There's sun.
All right. Greg's trying to talk. Well, Greg realizes it's just because of the heels.
Oh, wow. This person.
Wearing the jumpsuit with heels, which is just like
well, she
the
doesn't
wedges.
have a different pair of shoes unless she takes them from Sally.
I guess that's fun. I guess I like how that's a plot point.
Yeah.
And again, Jess is just talking. I don't know why she's trying to explain it to everybody.
I would have just shot him.
Yeah, because if you're trying to explain everything to anybody,
let me sit down and explain the time loop.
If I kill you, it restarts the loop. Why would you explain that to anybody?
Yeah. Look, if you just listen for a second, please. Before I know I have a shotgun just pointed at you.
just let me just shoot you. It'll be fine.
Will you please relax?
It's going to be fine. There's another one of you out there.
Relax. I'm totally calm. I got this.
Calm down.
Calm down.
Relax.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Who's going to relax now, Greg? Yeah. And he shoots her right through the fucking stomach.
And then again, we're coming back to all of the loops intertwining with one another. So
we're seeing this loop again for the third time play from a different perspective, which I fucking really enjoy.
I do like that. Yeah, again, that's a fun part of this movie that you get to see every single version of Jess's perspective.
If we get lost in a time loop for one of our series, we're going to do this one called Time Crimes.
Time Crimes?
Which is, I'm not saying it's similar to this, but it might be similar to this.
How many crimes can we commit if we're going to end a time loop?
See, Time Crimes came out in 2007, and it's a European movie. And I'm not saying it looks a lot like this.
You're not saying it? Okay.
But
allegedly, it looks a lot like this.
And even down to the killer. And it might be in a different language.
That's okay. That's what subtitles are for.
But I really like Time Crimes. Of course, with a name like Time Crimes.
No, I think that's a solid name.
No, it was a translator name, and I think they just did an awful job translating.
But I like it.
Oh,
I like it. Time Crimes. How much time can you commit your crimes?
But and I also do appreciate how the more loops we go through, we just start jumping to like major parts through the loop. So we have Jess 1 confronting Jess 3.
I will fully admit I'm completely lost on the amount of Jesses.
Jess 1 and Jess 3. Yeah. So then this is like the big climactic scene and this is where you start realizing like Jess is a hell of a fucking shot. Like this is like,
but she's done it a million times.
Yeah, she's done it a million times.
She's gone through this loop. Of course, she better be at this point. How much practice you have?
So she's trying to shoot.
I ran out of bullets and I throw this fucking gun at you.
She's trying to shoot Jess and she just throws the shotgun at it and like just swings it. Like
she hits her.
Over 10 feet. Yeah. Because she's done it a million times.
She's done it a million times. And here we go again.
We know that that's her trying to fake herself out.
Yes.
But it also doesn't go anywhere because this Jess 1 still loses this battle.
Yes.
Because I guess she's always going to lose it.
If it just keeps doing this over and over again.
Yeah.
She always gets pushed off. By the other. So it's an endless. Wait. So if that's always what happens to the one that tries to kill everyone, is the newest Jess always wins, and then is like, oh shit, I gotta kill everybody. But it just no.
I mean, where are we going with that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going. It was so this one always dies. So meaning the one with the burlap sack.
No, because all right, Jess 0 died, got beaten to death.
This is Jess 1.
Jess 1 is telling Jess 3 that she's got to kill everybody. Mind you, there's still Jess 2 watching all this play out right now from the balcony over there. But Jess 1 is still alive. She just fell into the water. She jumped overboard. She didn't let herself be killed.
Gotcha.
Your
There's
face,
a lot
your
going
face,
on.
You're like, fuck me.
Oh my God.
All right. I think, Courtney, I really got to thank you, Courtney, because you're humoring me on this one, and I really appreciate it.
No, you've humored me plenty with the others.
And then we find we're going back to a lot of these cutscenes that Jess dreamt about, and it's her waking up on the water, the jumpsuit washing up on shore, you know. So she
that we saw earlier when she was in her house.
Yeah, essentially we believe that she made it.
Yeah.
You know, that
she got off the ship.
She got off the ship and she got off the loop.
She got out of that fucking loop.
Yeah.
That's what we're led to believe.
Mm-hmm. And she's just like, what the fuck? I get it. It's distraught. You know, a little confused. But she's got a son waiting for her.
Yeah.
And she's got to get fucking home.
Get to your kid. You made it. Just get out of there. Get away from that ocean.
You're like, ocean's bad.
Get out of there.
Actually, and I can't even tell you how many in these, when they're actually outside and they're actually using some of these background shots, you can actually see the moon. Like, I think it's like late afternoon. And you know how it's daytime, you can sort of see the moon rising?
Moon, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
A waxing moon, actually. I could be wrong. I don't know which one it is.
I think it happens twice in this movie, so it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Though I've never been to Australia, this looks very much like Australia.
Oh, okay. See, I told you. I thought they might be driving like on the wrong side of the road or something, so I was trying to look for that.
Not in Australia. I don't think so. I think it's just the UK.
Hmm. And she
runs home in her heels.
Yeah, she makes it exactly. I'm like, that's fucking hard.
They committed to it. They stuck with it.
Yeah. But also would have been fine with if she just took him off and ran. You know, I would have been fine with that.
Sir.
That's how she.
I also said I made the comment before that they are wedges, so they're a little bit more comfortable.
Ming, this takes place in Miami
or
Florida.
Questionable. No, it is Miami.
She's looking automatically. She's like, no.
We already made a comment in the beginning. I was like, is it?
That is not Florida.
We don't have VW
don't have garages like that.
No. We don't have. No, I mean maybe that old architecture, maybe a little bit, but not little fences like that.
That's not what happens in Dexter. I'm just kidding.
No, that's
also takes place in Miami.
Jess makes it home. Jess 1 makes it home, and she sees
her son painting.
Yeah, sees what's his name, Tommy. And I do like this turn. Like,
it's cool.
We didn't need any of this.
Mm-mm.
Could have made it home. Could have walked through the door. End of movie. Credits. Yeah. We see Jess in her Sunday dress, getting ready to go to the fucking pier to meet up with Greg and the gang.
She hasn't even left to go to the boat yet.
Yeah, she hasn't even left. And then we see Jess, which I don't even know what Jess this would be.
Yeah.
Jess 8? 5? Jess 4?
Who knows?
Jess
no,
1
it could be even further because how many more are just out at sea already? She hasn't even left.
I don't know. And this Jess is a real BICTH.
Yeah.
She's a real mean mom.
Yeah,
we're led to believe that she's just this caring mom that wants to get back to her kid, and just turns out she's just not the nicest person.
Nope. She smacks her kid.
And I do appreciate how Jess 1 is just like, fuck this, and just upscales it to 100.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I've already murdered a bunch of people today.
She's like, time to murder some more.
Yeah.
But I will also tag on what you're saying, that them adding this was really cool. And I appreciate that, with it all coming back to the doorbell.
Oh, yeah. So it started off from the beginning.
Yep. Beginning is her hearing a doorbell and then no one being there.
Because then you remember that it's a time loop movie, and she actually shows up at the beginning of the day as opposed to when she just left.
Yeah.
And just goes to the shed and pulls out a fucking mallet. That's not a hammer. That's a fucking mallet.
No, that's a mallet.
That's fucking serious. You could have done it with a hammer.
You could have, no, but a mallet. Is,
it's serious. Hey, totally serial killer fashion. You ring the front doorbell and you walk in through the back. That's actually like a thing people do.
Love it. Just an alley. It's her with the mallet.
Yeah. And just when murders.
And just when Tommy just is like, hey, Mom, what you doing? Murdered myself.
And these are all clips we get from the beginning of the movie.
Yep.
Like her consoling Tommy. It's all a bad dream. Like the floor shiny. All this stuff.
Yep.
Is he supposed to look like Danny from The Shining?
No.
That haircut? No.
The haircut, maybe, but.
so yeah, then we realized like the beginning of the movie was the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking time loop.
Time loop.
Yeah.
It's done. It's watchable.
It's watchable. It's
watchable.
a pretty good movie. I'm gonna give it, 6 out of 10 overturned yachts.
It's better than Ghost Ship. I will give you that. It's definitely better than Ghost Ship.
But Ghost Ship had some sets.
Yeah.
I'll give Ghost Ship.
But Ghost Ship was Hollywood. This isn't.
No. This is Sunshine State.
Sunshine State.
Ming's just like, it's not Sunshine State.
Where are they?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Shot this
They're
in
leaving
Australia.
the state. Yeah, it's weird.
But it's where we're
Maryland
confused.
or something.
No, but they're going to Georgia if they're leaving the Sunshine.
Yeah.
They're leaving Florida.
I do like how Tommy's just like,
I'll agree with you on a 6. I'll do that. My only it didn't scare me.
oh, okay.
That's all I guess I can say. I didn't find it scary.
Yeah. We don't
They
have
use the Florida in the front plate, like you said.
Guess what? We don't use front plates. It's only in the back.
It's only in the back. And on top of that, I don't think we have any old Audis like that. She's driving an Audi right now. And old Audis aren't a thing back home. I don't think so. People, no. They're not held together like to old Toyotas and Hondas. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to look for anything that wasn't, I could tell it wasn't Florida. I couldn't. They did it pretty good because they're laying it on thick. American flag.
Yes, they are.
They're
really
being super patriotic.
This is in Australia.
Yeah, this is in Australia, obviously.
Yeah, we would never.
And so Jess is like, I'm going to take care of you, Tommy. She puts Jess 4 inside the back of the fucking car. They ride out. She hits a bird. There's this theme with seagulls that just keeps going out throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy's freaking out. She's I'm going to pick it up off the road. I'm going to bury it. And then Jess just finds a bunch of dead birds. This is the last time we get it. Last time we get how many times has Jess done this?
This is how many times she's done it kind of thing.
Yeah. And we realize.
Which is a lot.
Dun, dun, dun. Jess isn't out of the loop.
Yeah. But how many more times is she going to run into the fact that she's just still in a loop?
Still in a loop. She's trying to, it's really interesting because she's actually trying to physically run away from the loop. She's just I'm going to get in the car. We're just leaving.
Physically, you can't run away from the loop. Yeah. You can't get out of it.
Gnarly.
You're stuck. And now you brought the kid into it.
Gnarly car crash.
It was. It's pretty good too.
Yeah. You don't need to spend the budget for it. You could have just camera angle, fade to black.
Yeah.
Or cut to black, Realize Tommy's dead. Which I do like how they used that body, because if it was in the trunk, it just rolled out. Mm-hmm. That's really, really clever.
Yeah.
A stupid American flag. Obviously it's the United States.
They need to let you know that they're still in the United States.
Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't realize that. That's the drum bass from the ship. I didn't know that. Unless this didn't actually happen.
Which I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Because
that body conveniently rolled out of that body bag.
Yeah. Because we cut to Jess 1, who's standing outside of the car crash, but she's fine.
Yep. So is this just another Jess that ran up and was took the cab? I was like, I was trying to stop the crash.
No. I'm pretty sure they're trying to say that this is the Jess that was driving. But is this Jess dead and she's trying to save herself? Or she's stuck in limbo and she's just constantly trying to get back home to Tommy by going through these loops over and over again. But they say that Tommy's kind of dead.
Yeah, they do. There's no point saving him.
Yeah. But she's going to try to save him because she's going to try to go to the beginning of the loop again. But is she dead? Don't know.
Where's she going to go next? You're just stuck in a loop. How many more people are going to perish?
Yeah, so she goes back to but see, that's the thing though. She gets in the cab, which we're led to believe the cab is either the ferryman or death or whatever. She gets back into the cab. She goes to the pier to meet up with Greg and the gang, but then she forgets everything that happened. So she's doomed to repeat it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys.
Well, take me back to the ship. It was more fun there.
Yeah. But that's the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
It's totally watchable. It delivers. It's just not scary, in my opinion.
You know what? That's fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
And I love these concepts. This is why I was harping on it. Like, oh, we got to do this movie. Hence why we had to do Hypercube and Cube.
But having watched Hypercube made this one a lot more fun.
Yeah. But join us. Oh, wait. Let's do the segment. Are we surviving this?
No, you can't get out of the loop.
Oh, we're fucking stuck forever. First, I guess you have to die to be in the loop. So I guess
I would have never agreed to this loop.
Or, yeah, what came first? The loop or the egg?
Exactly. Which came first?
Yeah, like, did she get on the boat first and then die?
And why did all of them get stuck with it?
Or is it all a dream?
Yeah, no, but final answer is no. According to what it's giving to me here is you're never getting out of this loop.
You're never getting out of this loop.
You're never getting out of it.
Or, it's not limbo, it's hell. And she's constantly stuck to do this over and over again. I
want to be stuck on the ghost ship.
Ghost ship was cooler.
With Desmond.
Yeah, you want to be stuck with Desmond. She is hot for Desmond. You should hear me.
It just keeps coming up.
And then this is where she apologizes in the beginning of the movie. Because she's going to have to murder him later.
So sorry. I'm actually going to have to murder all of you multiple times.
Oh, I'm conveniently forgetting. Oh, selective memory. Oh.
And then she just hops back on that boat to the other boat and end this loop.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, it must be easy to film because you could just film the same scene over and over again and just like cut it up.
Same wardrobe.
And then just put it back in like different parts of the movie.
It probably didn't take them that long to shoot it.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
All right. Well, join us next time, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
I don't know. Are we still going to be stuck out in the water?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to be stuck on the water for a bit.
All right.